Transcendence, directed by Willie Pfister, featuring a stellar cast: Johnny Depp as Dr. Will Castor, Rebecca Hall as Evelyn Castor, and Morgan Freeman. The Transcendence is Oscar-winning cinematographer Willie Pfister's first debut filming. Dr. Will Castor and Evelyn Castor, thus married researchers in the field of artificial intelligence. The main story was about a man whose consciousness was transported to a computer hard drive, and extreme groups of anti-technology terrorists have to go through to take Wills out. The Dr. Will Castor's brain pattern successfully transported to the computer hard drive, which called as PIN, and his wife Evelyn Castor still believed that the computer program is Will, and she said he's still fragmented. But he soon pulls himself together to demand more power, access to Wall Street, and connection to the internet. Like every other megalomaniac, isn't it weird that Dr. Will Castor tried to access to Wall Street and internet? Isn't it because that he needs more power and wants more knowledge? Most people would take this as a sure sign to pull the plug out, but the power of Evelyn's love being what it is. Evelyn decides instead to head up into the desert, buy Will a small town, and install an underground bunker in which he can amass a small genetically enhanced army to help him while away eternity. But why this movie became a top 10 worst movie? There's a scene that Evelyn tried to convince Max that the computer appearing Will is really him.
This is not Will. Shut it down.
Shut it down? It's him!
But because the movie Transcendence didn't show the audience enough fact to convince them that computer appearing is Will, therefore in that scene, audience reaction is like, I'm not sure. This movie is so predictable plot. It has predictable plot. It's like absolute power corrupts people. Absolute power corrupts people. It's a really, really predictable plot. There's a scene that Morgan Freeman gives Evelyn a small note that it says, "Run from this place." It's exactly what I think to you, that if you find yourself that watching Transcendence. So if you're watching or planning to watching the Transcendence, I'll say run from that place. Favorite movie, Memento, which is directed by Christopher Nolan. Director Christopher Nolan is such a genius, intelligent director that I ever seen. The director Christopher Nolan cocks the brilliant performance out of the cast in all of his movies. Guy Pearce is Leonardo Shelby, Carrie-Anne Moses as Natalie, and Joe Pantoliano as Teddy. This movie Memento is like a great big puzzle, like a 500 pieces puzzle. In this movie, Leonardo Shelby is suffered by short-term memory loss, and he tries to track the murderer of his wife. But there is no facts or evidence to track down the murderer. There's only one fact, that the name of John G.
Awake. Where am I? Some anonymous motel room.
I guess I've already told you about my condition.
Oh, well, only every time I see you.
It's my memory.
Amnesia.
No. It's different from that. I have no short-term memory. I know who I am. I know all about myself. Since my injury, I can't make new memories.
With his confused and bunch of mashed memory, he tries to piece everything together. This movie is really brilliant and intelligent. The director Christopher Nolan actually make a really good puzzle in this movie. The audience dramatically fell to the story and the feelings of Leonardo Shelby. But much of the action and scenes fragments shown in reverse chronological order. The movie alternated between black and white color, forward movement and back, and also in truth and false. In the movie, Leonardo doesn't know which memory is true, whom to trust, and neither do we. The film features two separate linear paths that converge in the film's last final minute. In the movie, one going backwards in time, meaning we see each scene without knowing what has preceded it, much like Leonardo himself. The movie telling the story's epitomic structures in reverse order. And this brilliant and intelligent idea came from Nolan's brother Jonathan. In the movie Memento, the filmmakers forged a tale. The movie Memento was at once compelling, ironically an unforgettable movie